you, Zimbabwe, for tuning into yet another informative edition of your program. This is Agricultural Parastatals Watch, and I am Wadzanai Manyore. So this is a platform which was created in conjunction with the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Resettlement right here in Zimbabwe. Now, as a follow-up in support of National Development Strategy 1, we have taken the liberty of coming to Karoi to look at the activities and the role of the TIMB in decentralization and devolution of the auction floors right here in Zimbabwe. To discuss this and more, I am joined by the Public Affairs Officer, Kelesani Moyo. Kelesani, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Wadzanai, for having me as well.
Yes, as I've alluded to earlier, we are here in Karoi. It is as a follow-up to how TIMB is undertaking the decentralization and the devolution of our economy. Maybe a brief introduction, a synopsis on this particular selling point.
In support of the National Development Strategy 1, as the Tobacco Industry and Marketing Board, we have decentralized our contract sales floor. And for this 2021 marketing season, we have 5 approved locations across the country. That is Mvurwi, Bindura, Karoi, Marondera, and Rusape. And currently today we are in Karoi at the TSF, the Tobacco Sales Floor, which is housing about 9 different contracting companies. So amongst those we have got Shasha, we've got Tobacco Leaf, we've got Kevrit, to mention but a few.
Thank you so much, Kelesani. It is a pleasure indeed to see that the auction floors in Karoi have finally become a reality representing Mashonaland West. As we move right along, TIMB representation activities here. What is TIMB's role in ensuring that there is a smooth flow of activities here?
At the current auction floor, at the contracting floor, we've got TIMB classifiers who are responsible for the classification of the tobacco before it's graded. We also have TIMB arbitrators who ensure that there is smooth and orderly marketing of tobacco. Their other role is to ensure that both parties, the farmer and also the buyer, are happy, in the sense that if the farmer comes through and is not happy with the pricing of tobacco, the arbitrator brings the two together and they need to arrive at a consensus whereby both parties are happy at the end of the day. The arbitrator is also responsible or can also increase the price of the tobacco. And they also ensure that the pricing of tobacco is according to the price matrix index for the day. Yes, we also have TIMB clerks who are responsible for the booking of tobacco bells. So before you bring your tobacco to sell at the floors, you need to book prior. This will ensure the smooth and orderly marketing of tobacco.
Thank you so much, Kelesani. As we round off our segment, I would like you to enlighten our audience there at home in terms of the good relationship between Tobacco Industry and Marketing Board and our private sector, which consists of the farming community, which consists of the contractors and the merchants, and even those who want to participate in the tobacco industry. Because I understand that some of our farmers might be a bit shy or intimidated to approach the Tobacco Industry Marketing Board with several concerns, with grievances. Your sentiments on that?
All right. As the regulator of the industry, we are basically here to ensure that there is smooth operation and marketing of tobacco to the satisfaction of all parties involved. As TIMB, we are saying that our doors are open. If you have any complaints or any issues, you can get in touch with us on our landlines 0772 145 1669 up to 9. And you can raise your complaints or any issues, because we are here so that the whole industry is happy.
Thank you so much, Kelesani. It was a pleasure having you with us today. On that note, viewers, we have come to the end of the first segment. We'll be right back with this and more in the second segment of our program. Don't go anywhere. Thank you, viewers, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness. Now, in the segment prior to this one, I was joined by the Public Affairs office at Kelesani Moyo. And at this point in time, I am joined by the Regional Manager of Mashonaland West, Mr. Brighton Nyangombe. Mr. Nyangombe, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Wadzanai.
Yes. Maybe before we go into our discussion, viewers, we encourage you to be a part of these conversations. Feel free to get in touch with me, the producer, Wadzanai Manyore, on 0772-807-506. Alternatively, you can like our Facebook page, Agribusiness with Wadzanai. You can leave your comments and suggestions on our YouTube channel. It's Agribusiness with Wadzanai. We are also now available on Twitter, and our Twitter handle there is at Agribusiness110. Now, Mr. Nyangombe, I'm going to talk about numbers because they say numbers do not lie, especially in the tobacco industry. Let us talk about the figures. How many kilograms have been sold in Mashonaland West, and prices are averaging roughly at what?
Thank you, Wadzanai. Currently, as March West, this year we've got a lot of activities happening, and we are here at MTC floor, at the Pioneer floor in Mashonaland West. This floor was opened in 2012. So far in March West, we've managed to sell through over 17 million kgs of tobacco, averaging around $2.60. Yeah, so generally, with all the floors operating in Karoi, roughly they are ranging from $2 to $3.10 in terms of their average price.
Thank you so much, Say. Now, this is the second season that we are in, which we are doing our activities strictly guided by the COVID-19 regulations. Let us talk about issues to do with compliance. How has it been for you?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, initially, when this issue of COVID-19 started, there were a lot of challenges, but being the second phase, the second season, all the companies, they've now fully complied. As you see, when we were touring around the floors, at the main entrances, there's a NACE. There are also issues to do with foot baths. Some floors you've seen this complete full body spray trying to curb this disease, because as tobacco industry, we really appreciate Corona is there, it's real, so we must act knowing that this disease is a pandemic.
Yes, earlier on you alluded to the fact that these premises are owned by Mashonaland Tobacco, and they are the pioneers. They started in 2012. Let us talk about the carrying capacity of this floor, of this premise, also including how has it been for farmers, the interaction, the coming in and going out, their interaction with the personnel, with the buyers, these guys who are suing the bells. How has it been like, starting with the carrying capacity?
Thank you so much. In terms of carrying capacity, you see this is the floor area. Roughly, full lay is around 1,000 bales. Then we have also the receiving area. Full lay is around 500 bales. Then we have also the dispatch area. Full lay is around 500 bales again. Then in terms of relationship with growers, I think this is one of the best companies which is doing well in Mashonaland West Province. In terms of even the volumes, they are the best. In terms of pricing, this season also they are doing well. There are very few challenges in terms of the marketing aspects. There is orderly marketing here at MTC Floor A.
Yes, as we round off our segment, Mr. Nyangombe, I would like us to zero in on payment issues. Farmers or private sector get into this business to make profits, to repay their debts, to take care of their families, their health issues and insurances. Let us talk about the pertinent issue of payment. How has it been like this season?
Yeah, thank you. Initially, as you know, as we started, most of the companies, they've decentralized. They are now moving from Harare, which used to be the hub of tobacco production and tobacco marketing. But now most of the companies, they've moved into the provinces. This season, initially they were challenged in terms of connectivity. Main reason is that most of the companies where they were awarded land as tobacco site, the tobacco industry, it was not that fully developed in terms of technology. So, but as we speak now, everything has improved. Yeah, payments are now at par on a day-to-day sales. Then payments are coming out nicely. But
the farmers are happy.
Yeah, currently now the farmers are happy, although initially they were complaining, but it was the issue of connectivity.
Yes, your final remarks as we round off this segment, probably your word of advice to farmers who are selling their tobacco. I understand that Mashonaland West has the highest volumes in terms of tobacco production. Your parting words with our audience there at home.
Thank you so much. Yeah, as we are now also preparing for the coming 2021-2022 season, farmers, please make sure you follow all the rules and regulations which TIMB do publish on either on television, on radios, so that you be fully compliance in terms of grower registration, in terms of stock destruction, also in terms of general agricultural practices, so that we make money. Take agriculture as a business, not just as a way of living, but take agriculture as a business. Thank you, Wadzanai.
There you heard it, viewers. That was Mr. Nyangombe, the regional manager of Mashonaland West. At this point in time, we are going to cross over and have a listen to some testimonials from our farmers here in Karoi, who will be telling us of how the marketing season has been like so far.
Indoitwa mai chimbangu ndinorima ndiri kukaruru kuurungwe kukaroi tinorimira fodya yedu tiri ikoko. Aiwa ndiri kufara zvikuru nemabatirwo atiri kuitwa neMTC veTIMB Zimbabwe vakatimiririra. Ndinofara chose sanhasi, ndafara nemapuraizi angu andawana anga akanaka chose. Ini mai chimbangu ndinorima ndakazvimirira semudzimai. Ndinoitwa Juliet Njovana, ndinotori negrower rangu ndakazvimirira. Baba vari kubasa vanoshanda sabhiridha, ini ndiri kumusha ndakamira pamba samanager ndichimaneja mabasa epamusha, baba vachishandawo neuku. Saka ndinorima fodya yangu ndakazvimiririra. Indakutokurudzirawo mamadzimai vanenge ini vakatoroorwa, ngatishandei nesimba tichibatsira vana baba tibudirire muno muZimbabwe. Tarisai muone zvazviri gore rino. Aiwa ndinofara chose nekumirirwa kwatiri kuitwa neveTIMB. Tinotendawo zvikuru president vedu vaMnangagwa. Ndinofunga madzimai ngatikurudziranei. Ndinovatenda zvikuru mugore ra2030 aiwa tiri kutarisira kupinda mune zvakanaka. Ndinovatenda zvikuru, ngativakurudzirei, ngativatsigirei.
So far ndakawisa about 5000 kgs pazuva ranhasi. Asi pa 5000 kgs ndatengerwa mabhero anosvika kuma $22 ne$5 zvichikwira. Ndiri kuitenda neTIMB yedu iri kutimirira zvachose, plus ndotenda president wedu ED Mnangagwa vari kukurudzira nyaya yekurima. Isi tiri kumaruzevha tiri kuita sevanhu takakomborerwa chose, because mari yatiri kuwana tiri kugutsikana nayo faka gore rino. Gore rino hapana doubt, hapana kana chii. Tiri kukurudzira kuti muwadhi medu kana munzvimbo yedu kuRungwe devaramba vachiuyisa vachititengera fodya yedu zvakaringana nesu varimi, tikabve takurudzirwa chaizvo tigobudirira zvachose. Ende mari dzatiri kuwana kumabhengi tiri kungodziwana pasina dambudziko. Unotora mari yako otoita zvauri kuda. Urimi ishasha gore rino, hapana zvimwe zvinoshupa. Kana uri murimi wakagadzirira hapana chinomboshupa. Ende ndotenda TIMB kana manager wedu weMTC vatinoshanda navo nemadhumeni edu ese tinoshanda navo zvakanaka.
Ini ndoitwa mai Mudekwa, ndinogara kwakazangarare paHighland Farm. Ndakaita mari yangu yokuti ndakatengawo chigayo, ndikatengawo mota yangu. Iko zvino izvi ndakarima 2 hectares dzangu. Kambani yedu ikambani yakanaka, inotipawo mainputs nenguva, inotipawo mishonga yedu nenguva. Tinopinda mumunda nenguva, zvinhu zvedu zvose tiinazvo. Tikarimawo zvakanaka, kana kuti tikanyatsoshanda nechido, kambani yedu inotisimudza, kambani yedu inotiburitsa. Izvezvi ndiri kubva pabhengi apa kunotora mari yangu, ndikubva notora 5000. Last week ndakatora 10000. Ndotendawo TIMB iri kuramba ichitisimudzira kuti tidzidzisa kurima fodya. Saka iwe murimi wanhasi, kana uchida kuwana mari seyandikambowanawo nekutengawo zvigayo nekutenga mota, joinawo kuTIMB uyezve nekambani yedu yeMTC inotisimudzirawo. Ndichitendawo president vedu vari kuramba vachitipa minda tichishanda, tichienderera mberi nekushanda. Kana youth iri kuramba ichipiwa minda, saka kurima kwedu kuramba kuchivandudzika. Izvezvi ndinorima paA1, ndakutochemera kuti dai ndawana A2 nokuti kurima kwangu kuri kusimuka.
Ini ndinoitwawo Gideon Phiri, ndinorima ndiri makazangarare, ndinorimawo fodya iyoyi, ndorima 2 hectares. Ndakarima zvakanaka chaizvo, wendouno ikandibhadhara fodya zvine mwero. Nazvino izvo zvikuya kwandaita ndikutobva pabhengi kunotora mari yangu izvozvi. Fodya yangu yakatengwa zvakanaka chaizvo. Ndinoda kutenda veMTC vakatipa mainputs, plus MTC ndoda kuitenda zvikuru kwazvo, inotipa mainputs nenguva, inotipa mainputs in time. Toita zvinhu zvedu zvakarongeka, toita zvinhu zvedu nenguva, zvinhu zvakanaka kusikira iko zvino zvipatiri nhasi. Saka ndada kukurudzirawo varimi, kana kuti ndada kukurudzirawo vamwe vanhu vasiri kunyatso kuda kupindwa nepfungwa dzekurima vauye varime fodya unoita mari yako uchironga zvinhu zvako nemhuri. Saka ndotenda zvikuru even nayo president wedu waMnangagwa ndotenda zvikuru da varamba vakadaro, varamba vachititsigira uye akatitsigira nesuwo varimi tinobudirira toita remangwana rakanaka. Saka ndoda kutendawo zvakare veTIMB irambe ichititsigira, irambe iinesu yakabatana nesu varimi, zvinoita kuti tibudirire even remangwana redu ringe rakarongeka uye ringe rakanaka. Ndotenda zvikuru. Ndatobva kunotora mari yangu izvozvi back 5000. Ndatora izvi last time ndakatora 5000, naso ndatora 5000 kwazi kuti zvangu zvakarongeka. Saka ndachikumbirawo vasati vane pfungwa dzekurima vauye tipinde muindustry yekurima togofara tese tichidya mari.
Makadii mhuri yeZimbabwe, ini ndinoitwawo Farai Takawira, ndinorima ndine kambani yeMTC ndichigara kuKaroi kunzvimbo yeNyamambizi. Ndinokukwazisai nekukuzivisai kuti kunonzi kurima chinhu chakanaka uye ibhizimisi. Vamwe vanotorera sepasi asi ibhizinesi rakanaka. Ndinotenda nekuti kare taifungira kuti kurima chinhu chakasarira, but ndinofara nekuti president vakatiintroducera chinhu chakanaka, vakatiitira real land reform, uye nepresident varipo ndinofara, uye TIMB ndinovatenda nekuda kwemushandiro wavari kuita nekuti takatarisa kare zvinenge zvaive nedifferent, but zvinezvi taakuratidza kuti hatisisiri nherera. Takunyatsonziva kuti tina motherboard inotitungamirira iri kukwanisa kumaneja makambani zvakanaka, uye ndorima ndine under company yeMTC. Nhasi ndofunga ndakwanisa kutora 5000, last time ndakatora 4000. Saka iri mari haisi problem, uye tiri kutora iri US. Saka hakuna chinhu chakakosha nekuti kana wakwanisa kutora US rako iri 5000, then imwe inenge yaiswa kubengi wotenga zvaunoda, unonyatsoona kuti mari yako ishandisika zvakanaka. Kana uri murimi akarongeka, unonyatsonzwisisa, unomaneja zvinhu zvako zvakanaka, hautamburi nezvakanyanya, uye kutakurira mari yakawanda mumaoko zvine danger kumatsotsi. Saka imwe yemuso iyi inenge iri kukadhi tinonoiswaipa tichishandisa zvakanaka, tichaita maqueues akanyanyisa, uye ndinokutendai zvakanyanya, uye ngatichengetedzei utano hwedu. COVID-19 iriko, ngatizvichengetedzei misi nenguva, tingova tiri panzvimbo yakanaka, tisafambe tichengetedzane.
On that note, viewers, we're going to go on a short commercial break. We'll be right back with this and more in the third and final segment. Stay tuned. Thank you, Zimbabwe, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness. We are in the third and final segment. Earlier on, I was joined by the Regional Manager of Mashonaland West, Mr. Brighton Nyangombe. And at this point in time, I have taken the liberty of inviting the Inspectorate Manager, Mr. Sevia Muwirimi. Mr. Muwirimi, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Wadzanai.
Yes, your department is fairly new in the Tobacco Industry and Marketing Board. What do you represent, aligning it to the tobacco marketing season that we are in currently?
Okay, thank you, Wadzanai. Yeah, indeed, the Inspectorate Department was established in 2021. The mandate of the department is to see to it that all tobacco-related illegal activities are kept within the industry. So basically, that is the whole essence of having the department within the TIMB.
Okay, I understand that you might also be able to go ahead and tackle issues surrounding side marketing. Let us talk about your activities and how you are ensuring the prohibition of side marketing by our farmers.
What we have done is TIMB is we have deployed inspectors within all the farming regions in Zimbabwe. We have got 4 inspectors to start with. There's one in Mashonaland East, the other one in Mashonaland Central, the other one in Mashonaland West, and the other one in Manicaland. So these inspectors are responsible for investigating any reported illegal tobacco activities, for example, side marketing. So this is the responsibility of the department. Once we receive that there are some side marketing activities taking place, we send our guys, they do some investigations, they do it in conjunction with the Zimbabwe Public Police, they make some arrests. To date, Wadzanai, we have arrested more than 70 people who have been convicted and fined for contravening Section 36 and Section 44 of the Tobacco Industry and Marketing Act, Chapter 18.20. And we are also doing naming and shaming of all illegal tobacco buyers and sellers. This we are doing so that we discourage repeat offending as well as to deter the would-be offenders.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Muwirimi. Of course, I did saw some names being published in the Sunday Mail where we had a name against its grower number. They were being, allegedly, they were being said to have been involved in illicit activities of purchasing tobacco from farmers or practicing side marketing. As we move right along, I understand that each season when our auction floors or the tobacco industry, the tobacco season starts, there are issues surrounding corrupt activities, palm greasing, the brown envelope. You would find that most of our farmers fall prey to such activities. Your sentiments, your comments, your recommendations on such activities?
Let me take this opportunity to encourage our farmers to do the right thing. Farmers must only sell their tobacco to contractors who finance their produce. And also those free farmers, we encourage them to sell their tobacco to the auction floors. And we encourage these farmers not to be to have their produce bought for a song. They must do the right thing. They must come to the contract floors or the auction floors to have their tobacco sold there.
Thank you so much, Mr. Muvirimi. Your parting words with our audience. We are rounding off our segment.
We encourage all our stakeholders to report all illegal activities to the Tobacco Industry and Marketing Board. They must do so that we have sanity within the industry. This is a win-win situation to each and every player within the industry. For example, the farmers, they are set to win because once they sell their produce to the formal market, they will get the correct price. And also to the contractors, once the farmers send their produce to the contractors, it means the contractors will be in a position to recoup their investment in the industry. So this is a win-win situation to all the players within the industry.
Thank you so much, Mr. Muvirimi. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you, Wadzanai, for having me.
Today we are in Karoi at one of Tobacco Industry and Marketing Board's regional offices. In Mashonaland West, we've got 2 regional offices, one in Karoi and the other one in Chinoi. In our regional offices, that's whereby growers go and register and get their growers' numbers. Also, if growers have got any queries with regards to TIMB and the operations of the industry, they can visit any of our offices in Chinoi and also in Karoi. And also those who've got any queries and issues to do with maybe reporting the issues of side marketing, they can come through to any of our offices and they'll be assisted. So as TIMB, in support of Vision 2030 with regards to decentralization and devolution of services, we are also open and available in Chinoi and in Karoi.
On that note, viewers, we're here in Mashonaland West, Karoi in particular, where we're taking a look at the activities that are taking place in this 2020-2021 tobacco marketing season. From me, your host, Wadzanai, I'm also on Instagram. It's a W Manyore. And Daniel Muranganwa, have yourselves a fabulous evening. Thank you for watching.